one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. Ow! Another one bites the dust. Hey, hey! Another one bites the dust. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could do that.
Yvette Felarca loses lawsuit against Berkeley School District. The truth shall come to light. Her real name is Yvonne Capistrano Felarca. She is one of the leaders of BAMN, a group that literally engages in terrorism by definition. That is, they use violence and the threat of violence to force people and institutions to meet their political demands. She is a middle school teacher. She is currently awaiting trial for an assault charge back in 2016, and she has assaulted a lot of people on video, clearly, and in fact she's assaulted some of my friends like Crowman here and Amber. By the way, scroll down and see links to their channels below. If for no other reason but for the laughs, it is worth noting that her group takes its name from the phrase that Malcolm X liked to say, by any means necessary, which of course implies riots and violence, and that this is the opposite of Martin Luther King Jr.'s non-violent resistance methods, and also, ironically, that Felarca has stood in front of the Martin Luther King Jr. Student Union building at UC Berkeley and called for riots, which is not constitutionally protected speech. By the way, I think all speech should be free, but that's just me. And that she has urged violence and engaged in violence at Martin Luther King Jr. Park in Berkeley, along with other members of By Any Means Necessary and Antifa, and that she teaches children at Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School in Berkeley, a town once famous for its free speech activity and now famous for its anti-free speech riots and violence.
We need to make sure that we have more mass protests, more militant protests that are mass and militant. Mass and militant. Mass and militant. Mass and militant. Mass and militant.
Militant, integrated, direct action. Militant mass action. Militant, integrated, direct action. Militant mass action.
There she is. And there she is. There she is running past a seriously injured fallen comrade who's about to be even more seriously injured right there. And there she is charging right there in the red. Here she is from another angle. You could see her charging with that flagpole. And she wrestles with that guy over the flagpole who wrests it from her grip. And there she is with the blood.
Need to go, boy!
And there she is punching that guy.
One of the most common comments on my videos about Yvette Felarca is the question of why is she still allowed to teach kids? Well, there's a new development on that front, and this may be a step in the right direction. We'll see. This came out a few days ago on October 25th, 2018. Judge rules against activist Yvette Felarca in lawsuit against BUSD by Julie Madsen and staff. A judge ruled October 19th that Martin Luther King Jr. middle school teacher Yvette Felarca cannot block Berkeley Unified School District, or BUSD, from releasing documents about Felarca to conservative advocacy group Judicial Watch. As first reported by Berkeley side, Judicial Watch filed a California Public Records Act, or CPRA, request in October 2017 asking BUSD to send any communications mentioning the words Felarca, Antifa, by all means necessary, not sure if that was a misprint by the Daily Californian or a mistake by someone else, and BAMN, in addition to Felarca's personal file. Felarca, a member of activist organization By Any Means Necessary, or BAMN, filed a lawsuit with two other MLK middle school staff members in 2017 in response to the CPRA request. According to a court document, the plaintiffs argued that releasing the documents would violate their privacy and freedom of speech. The plaintiffs also alleged that BUSD's action caused, quote, alarm and fear, unquote, among some teachers and staff at the middle school who are fearful of expressing political opinions. But if you think about it, folks, if you don't run around committing crimes and violently assaulting people, then it wouldn't be an issue, would it? So why don't you just behave like a human, like a civilized human being? District Judge Vince Chabria, if I'm saying that correctly, denied the lawsuit on the stance that providing the documents to Judicial Watch would not violate the plaintiff's First or Fourth Amendment rights, according to court documents. Additionally, the judge denied the suit because BUSD is a state agency and is immune from suit under the 11th Amendment. Gee, Felarca, maybe your attorneys should have looked into that first. Ya think? BUSD spokesperson Charles Burress, if I'm saying that correctly, said in an email that BUSD leaders were confident they were in compliance with CPRA, noting that as a public agency, the school district is required to disclose certain records. Quote, recognizing that the public's right to transparency in public agency operations and public employees' rights to privacy are sometimes in conflict, the Public Records Act and ensuing case law provide guidelines on how to maintain a proper balance between the two, unquote, Perez said in an email. Perez added that the request from Judicial Watch has, quote, imposed a significant burden, unquote, on BUSD because staff members have already spent hundreds of hours on the request. The lawsuit also resulted in a loss of staff time and district funds, diverting resources that could have supported students, according to Perez. Felarca said that the ruling has not disheartened her as an activist. I'll say it again, folks. Felarca has said that the ruling has not disheartened her as an activist and shows that she cannot rely on the quote-unquote conservative court system. Quote, there is uniform outrage and anger about this ruling, unquote, Felarca said. Quote, we are still going to find a way to protect teachers' right to privacy, unquote. You do that. So there you go, folks. Now keep in mind, Felarca's assault trial still looms like a shadow rising on her dark horizon. Which is a source of brightness for our own horizons. So look forward to that. Well, what do you think about all this, folks? Leave us a comment. Thank you for watching. Peace for the peaceful, tough love, equality of opportunity but not of outcome, and freedom for those who do not violate the freedom of others.